Good morning.
Good morning.
Just by a show of hands today, how many of you already own some sort of Hokie gear? Just by a show of hands. Okay, good number. If you have not now, you will soon. Trust me. Just to show you some Hokie gear, we have two of your orientation leaders with us today modeling our SGA Hokie Effect shirts. To my right is Price Wooten, and Price is sporting the Maroon Effect shirt. He likes long walks on the beach and is often seen jogging across campus, listening to his favorite artist, Hannah Montana. To my left is Shannon Austin. She is sporting the Orange Effect shirt. She enjoys weekly candlelight dinners with the Hokie Bird, and she swears she knows more about football than head coach Frank Beamer. Let's give them a warm Hokie round of applause. Allow me to start with a story. I wake up, it's 2 o'clock on a wonderful Friday afternoon, and I'm ready to roll out of bed and basically do whatever I want to do. There's only one problem. I missed my 9 a.m. intro to business class, which some of you might take, and today just happened to be the day that we had a test. So I roll out of bed at Pritchard Hall and start booking it across campus to Pamplin School of Business, and luckily find the professor about to leave his office hours. Out of breath, I plead with him, begging him to let me take the test at a later date. He finally agrees, and I'm all right. So now you all probably remember when mom or dad used to storm into your room, rip off your covers, even throw something at you to kind of wake you up because you just wanted, 5 more minutes. Well, it was a pretty dependable alarm clock to say the least. And at the time, you were probably a little bit upset, but you will soon realize how wonderful a gift that really was. So you see, college is a much more different experience than high school because you no longer have your parents' help. They aren't there to wake you up, take you to school, ask your professors questions, or even, do your work. This experience, your experience at Virginia Tech, will be what you make it. On that note, I would like to begin by welcoming all of you to Virginia Tech and into the Hokie family. I am your student body president, Brandon Carroll. Stop and reflect for 1 second with me. You are now a college student, but most importantly, you are now a Hokie. At Virginia Tech, your relatives are some of the brightest, most caring and passionate individuals you will find around. The Hokie community is strong, and I ask foremost that you play your part, you find your passion, and you help strengthen it even further. This will depend on your ability to uphold certain ideals that have been laid down as a foundation before you. Selflessness, respect, courage, and most importantly, passion. These all embody the principles of our Hokie community. Sacrifice never promises or posits any reward or return, but in this case, your commitment will reap the very definition of your legacy here at Virginia Tech. You see, you don't just come here to learn. You come here to lead. Virginia Tech students have always turned into the leaders of our nation, becoming practically anything they set their heart to. Come here not only to live, but to thrive. I stand here looking into a room of infinite opportunity. However, your time is limited. The problem with opportunity is that it can't do a thing for you unless you make it. When I first came here, I found it very hard to fit in. I remember orientation like it was yesterday, and I thought to myself, am I going to get along with my roommate? Many of you are probably thinking that right now. Will I be able to make new friends? The class is going to be a lot harder. Will I fit in? The apprehension of transitioning into college was intimidating, to say the least. Coming from a small town in Maryland, called Poolesville, with a population of just over 5,000 people, I am proud to say that I'm a member of the Facebook group. I live in a town with no stoplights. My first semester here, though, I all but dropped my classes thinking about transferring. I was not happy with who I'd become. I was homesick. Then it hit me. The decision to be an unhappy or happy was entirely up to me. I knew that roadblocks were only placed in my way to see how badly I wanted something. I knew I wanted to be a part of this Virginia Tech community. I just didn't know how. So I searched deep within myself and found the courage to pursue my passion. For me, that was what took me to SGA. For you, who knows? Only you can decide, and that's the fun part. Like Dr. Spencer alluded to, there are over 700 student organizations here at Virginia Tech. Finding where to start may be kind of intimidating, but don't waste any time. There are so many ways to get started. Every year we host one of the largest community outreach programs in the nation with our big event. Hundreds of different service projects around the community are worked on by our students, an effort to better the community you all are so much a part of now. This type of involvement is key to following the Virginia Tech motto, ut prosum, that I may serve, and being a part of our actively caring culture. In other words, we all care about the welfare of others, but actively requires us to do something. It requires an action to show that we care. You see, we train the future leaders of this world not only so they can make something amazing of themselves, but so they can in turn also serve a larger purpose as well. You see, that's what leading is about. It's not just an act of being in charge, carrying a title, or holding a position of authority, but it's much more of a dynamic concept. There are many leaders you see every day that aren't in these so-called leadership positions. Recently, 3 generations graduated from a university on the same day. A 21-year-old girl, her mother, and her grandmother. It doesn't seem like that very big of a deal until you discover that the girl raised a child during her education, the mom raised a family and worked 2 jobs while earning her degree, and the grandmother worked full-time only to get back to school after raising 6 children. The moral of the story, it's never too late to be who you wanted to be. Now, this doesn't mean go take all the time you need, as time is still a very precious commodity. I just don't want you to ever stop trying to find yourself, your passion within this community and within your life. You see, only you know what truly brings you happiness, but it still takes courage to act upon that passion. My mom used to always tell me when I was young, Brandon, do you know that the harder thing to do and the right thing to do are usually the same thing? Nothing that has meaning is easy. Easy doesn't enter into grown-up life. You will all be challenged very soon one way or another. Whether academically, physically, or soulfully, all results will be a direct test of your character. Now, character is not about return or reward, but rather the action itself. I'd like to leave you with a short story today about one of your classmates here in the audience. Recently, I met Devin from Gaithersburg, Maryland, and she's studying university studies. And she really wants to work and help kids learn. That's her passion. That's what she really wants to do in life. Now, Devin, life will throw everything at you to fail, believe me, and you will fall down. But get back up every single time. Surround yourself with those who will help you reach your dreams and ignore those who discredit you. If you seek out the right people, opportunity will find you. Devin, you don't have to wait for destiny, you see. You can be the change you want to see. Devin, remember there's a huge difference between growing older and growing up. If you're 18 years old or 19 years old and you don't do one productive thing for one full year, you will turn 19 or 20. If I'm 87 years old and don't do one productive thing for one full year, I will turn 88. Anybody can grow older. It doesn't take any talent or ability.